Hey guys, and welcome to Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. It is August the 8th of 2022, and I'm so grateful that you guys are tuning in tonight. So, I wanted to make sure I got the right song for us to go ahead and jam out to tonight. And of course, I want you guys to make sure that you guys are inviting people in the room so that way we can have great conversation as well. Of course, it's going to be about interaction tonight. I got to tell y'all, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right, people. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. So I'm trying to get hold on because you know what? A lot of times when you don't feel like it, you still got to do what? Push through. And so I'm going to push through, baby. Yes, yes, indeed. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking that this particular song is going to be just a song for us for tonight's show. As soon as I can get this thing to work, it's been acting kooky, of course. And it's like right when you need it to do what it's supposed to do is when it don't want to do the right thing. But I'm not going to let it stop us or me from what it is of what our goal is. Okay. And our goal is to go ahead and touch on our personal growth pillar of the cozy niche. So as always, I do not own the rights to this here music. So while it is playing, I'm going to encourage you guys to go ahead and welcome people in the room. To be able to hear it. Music Soul Child.
I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you tired, got to provide, always be the rock for my fam, protect them by all means, give you the things that you need, baby. Our relationship is suffering, trying to give you what I never had. Say I don't know how to love you, babe. Well, I say show me the way. Keep my feelings deep inside. I shadow them with my pride. I'm trying desperately, baby, just work me up. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Yeah, teach me how to love. Yeah, how I can get my emotions involved. Yeah, teach me, show me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah, teach me how to love. I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no one get close to me. Before you and me, I done shared things with your girl about my past.
All right, y'all, go ahead and invite people in.
Just keep it to myself, girl. I know I lack affection and expressing my feelings. It took me a minute to come and admit this, but see, I'm really trying to change now. Wanna love you better, show me how. I'm trying desperately, baby, please work out me up. Show me the way to surrender my heart. I'm so lost. Yeah, teach me how to love. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah, teach me. Show me how to love.
Look here.
Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah, teach me how to.
Okay, I'm not going to play the whole song, but it is Music Soul Child with Teach Me. And I think that that is exactly what we're talking about when we are going to be touching in on our personal growth pillar of JG Cozy Niche. Okay. So you know what we got to do. We got to do housekeeping. But of course, it's what we do over here. So let's go ahead and run across the bottom so that way you guys can see what tonight's show is about. It is all about personal growth and development, like I said. So we have 7 pillars here on Jersey Girl Cozy Niche, and it is family, home, decor. I know I say it so fast, like home and decor, and it's like, do you think it goes together? It's actually 3. So home and decor, okay, relationships, personal growth, development, DIY, and crafts / cooking. Okay, those are our 7 pillars. And so when we're talking about personal growth, it is to help you to be able to grow where you are planted. Yes. So it's more than just a idea. I'll put it like that. It is way more than an idea. And I want to make sure that I'm seeing you guys' comments. So let me go over here to make sure I'm seeing y'all, because you already know how this goes when I can't necessarily see. So when y'all see my eyes darting, just know that I'm paying attention. Okay, Miss Ruthie Manny, thank you so much for tuning in this evening, darling. I surely do appreciate you coming on in the room. Make sure that you greet and say hi, and make sure that you throw your comments in, because I do interact with my audience. Yes, I do. I love to interact with you guys. So with personal growth and development, it's all about growing where you are planted. You guys should know that the thing about me is that I am an extrovert. Okay. I definitely get excited about getting out and being around people. I thrive in those environments, but I also, because I do pour out so much as extroverts do, I also do truly relish and love to be able to also have my quiet time. That time to sit back and refuel and reflect is needed. And then on the opposite side, for the introverts, going out and doing stuff, it's a lot. Okay. They rather just stay and be, quiet where they are. And then, go out and do what they want to do, but not do too much interaction, because it pulls and it draws from them as well. Okay. So we have our different wells that we pull from. That's pretty much the point of that. Okay. So let's go ahead. And I'm sorry if you guys are hearing Pretty Ricky whine. I do have one of my babies over here. I am dog sitting. Okay. Hey, Stephen Worsley, thanks so much for tuning in. And so he is just so excited about her being here. He keeps whining, okay, that she's here. And she just stays in her own little crate. She don't feel like being bothered, okay? But meanwhile, he want to play. He want to do everything. And she like, nah, bro, go ahead on. So he's just doing way too much whining. So I apologize in advance for all the whining and stuff that you guys hear, okay? So like I said, we do have our 7 pillars. I'm going to go ahead and run them across the bottom of the screen, so that way you can see what our 7 pillars are for Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. So I want to be able to show you guys this wonderful photo of me, okay? Because obviously I'm just not talking out the side of my neck when I'm talking about personal growth and development. I want to be able to share the things that I've gone through and who I am with you all. So, this is an opportunity for me to be vulnerable, and I would love for you guys to be vulnerable right along with me. Make sure that you're, popping in the comments and, stating, how you feel about certain things as well. I definitely do appreciate the interaction. So let me go ahead and pull this up. So first of all, you guys need to know exactly how to be able to follow your girl. It's important for you to know how to follow me. So let's get on over here so you can see where you can follow me at. Yes, you can be able to follow me on Facebook, obviously. I'm also on IG. Got my YouTube channel, as well as TikTok. Y'all, I finally put it up there. You see, I finally put it into TikTok. So that way y'all can find me. I am JG Cozy Niche on TikTok, however. Every place else is Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Bubba, stop it. There's nothing wrong with you. Yes, I have to talk to him like he's another child, because literally he is. He's a 4-legged child that just whines all the darn time. Gets on my last nerve. So yes, but he's okay. So these are all the ways that you guys can be able to follow me. Okay, so make sure that you do, because I enjoy you guys being able to follow me and work with me, people. Work with me, people. Work with me. So with all this great following that you guys do, you know that you can be able to shop with me. I've been having some wonderful orders done up with folks getting ready for the preseason game. So folks are ordering their aprons with their favorite teams on them. So we them boys, I've been making, well, I think I'm on apron number 6 or 7 at this point in time with We Them Boys. Now, mind you, that is not the only apron that we make, okay? We also got Who Dat Nation. And so when you get a chance to go and shop on jerseygirl-cozyniche.com, you just got to remember what your team's call out is, okay? All right. Because that's how it's categorized on the website when you want to order your dominoes, okay? I'm not officially NFL licensed, so got to figure out a different way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So when you get on over there, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you get there, baby. Yes. Okay. So I want you guys to make sure that you jump on over there. So then that way y'all can, get your stuff, baby. Get your stuff. I always love to be able to share stuff. So hopefully you guys know that no matter where I'm at, I'm in a store or whatever, I tell y'all this all the time. I'm like, look, If it's something that's going to be beneficial, I'm definitely going to be like, hey, did you see this, and that over there? Okay. Because that's exactly what I'll be looking for all the time. Okay. So anytime I can pass on the savings or anything to you guys, I do. So let's go ahead on and as soon as the picture pops up, okay? So that way y'all can see which girl, look, which girl was, okay? Which girl was. Here we go. All right. So let's see. Moving to slide number 2. I know. Check me out. Baby, yes, when the hair was dark. Okay, I see you. I'll make sure to hit you up. I see your message. I'll hit you up in Messenger, okay? All right. So, on here, as you can see, I used to have dark hair, honey. Yes, it was dark hair. So this was me, obviously, in high school. This was my senior class picture. Yes, that was me. And so this was me at 18. Okay. So let me go ahead and hide this one tickler. So then that way, who were you at 18? Well, as you can see the other picture on this particular slide, I have my son there. No, that's not my man. That's my son. Okay. Be clear. So at 18, I was already a mama. That's who I was at the age of 18. Graduated from high school. Not only just graduated from high school, but when I graduated from high school, I also graduated with my license as a licensed cosmetologist / beautician in the state of New Jersey. So when I graduated from high school, not only got my diploma, but I also got, a license. So then that way I was working in the trade. Okay. So I was a mama at 18 years old. And baby, let me tell you something. I'm 45 now. I have no problem with telling people how old I am because, honey, look here. She stays together, okay? Y'all already see what my mama look like. Them jeans are serious, boo. So I have no problem with saying how old I am. But my mindset at 18 years old, I mean, if we can go back and think about it now, what was your mindset at 18 years old? Mine's, I will have to be honest, was a bit different than your typical 18-year-old, okay? It really was. I had business on my mind at 18. I had a child. I was not willing to settle just for anything, but my profession, although my mind was set at 18 to be a business owner, to be thriving, to be giving my son everything and be able to afford him every possibility and let him know whatever obstacle or whatever things that were in his way that he can be able to overcome them regardless of what they are. I wanted to make sure that he saw that. It was important for me to be able to model that for my son, for him to be well aware that there should be nothing and allow nothing to stop him. So he can be able to see that in his mama, to see that drive and that tenaciousness to say, I'm going to give you every tool and every opportunity possible to be able to succeed. And I won't let anything stop me. That was my goal at 18 years old. I would have to tell you, I did not know I was going to college. I didn't plan on going to college. Heck, I graduated from high school and I already, like I said, had my license in order to work in the salon. So I just felt like I was ready. I was ready for the world, people. I was ready for the world. Yeah. Change of plans. Change of plans. So that's who I was at 18. So my question to you, what were your plans at 18? And did things go the way that you thought they were going to go at 18? Did they? I know that being a young adult at that time, that, I had, the idea of, my grandeur ideas, the idea, me and my girlfriends get a place to live and this, that, and the third, make things happen. But because I had my son, it was like, I wasn't really thinking about trying to live with my girlfriends, just to be honest with you. It was just like, okay, I got to provide for me and my son. And that to me was key. But when the monkey wrench got thrown in, shall we say, with me going to college, then it was like, okay, by this time, y'all, I had already had my own apartment. I had moved out of my mom's house, got an apartment for me and my son, and I was a full-time student in college. So I didn't have the footloose and fancy free that everybody else had, okay, in their college years. I was focused. Okay. I came in here because they're making me come here in order for me to continue to get benefits for my child. So, focus. I'm coming in here. So, yes, I went to a few parties, but I wasn't a party person. Okay. I did not join the sorority because I was like, I ain't got time for that. I'm on a mission. I got to get done with this thing. I'm doing things. And so I was moving toward a particular goal. Okay. So by the time I was 25, obviously a lot of things had changed. By that time I had gotten married and, things were definitely different. So my question to you guys is this: what did you learn about yourself at 25? For myself, what I had learned about myself by the time I was 25 now. Okay, I had already graduated from college. Yay! Had gotten my degree. At that time, first in my family to get a college degree, graduate from high school, have a child, graduate from high school, and go on to college and get a degree. That was pretty significant. I'll just put it like that. But now, baby, my family is popping all over the place with degrees and wonderful, graduating from college, getting master's degrees, and carrying on and so forth and carrying on. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But that at the age of 25 for myself, whoa, what had I learned? Well, by this time I was then a wife, okay? And, I had, by this time I had gotten pregnant with my second child. Okay. And a lot of things was moving and shaking, y'all. There's a lot of different things going on. I had left from New Jersey. And so I learned that I definitely wanted to always move out of state. So having a change of scenery, I learned that I thrive in versatility and that my ability to adapt given the circumstances to try to see the best out of things, second nature. And it just continued to build. Especially when I think about it, a lot of different things that I was transitioning through, being a young parent, single parent, and then transitioning at that time to be, a young wife, and then having to navigate the dynamics of that, and moving to another state and all that. So it was a lot to take in. So by the age of 25, what I did learn was that I didn't want to be June Cleaver anymore. Because believe it or not, when I had gotten married, because it was, when I was 22, I had my own idea of what I thought that was supposed to look like, what marriage was supposed to look like. Baby, that got shattered. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. It did. I realized this ain't for me. I am definitely a contributor. I've always been a contributor. And realizing that when I don't contribute, that I could be taken advantage of. And that wasn't something I ever really wanted to have myself be in a position of. And so it was just like, nope. Okay, this is what I need to do. So at the age of 25, I had learned a lot. I had left from the state of New Jersey. By this time, I was, I had lived in Texas, and I was having to learn to navigate living with someone else. So I'm going to say this: when you're in a relationship with people, if you're by yourself, you don't really have anybody to rub up against, anybody to challenge you. Okay. But when you're in a relationship, that's going to happen. Okay. That's going to be a given. There's going to be some things about you that are going to need to shift and to change. Okay. And with that shifting and changing that takes place, there's some rubbing, there's some roughness that you got. And, when you're with someone else that is helping to smooth off them corners and things like that. And so I was having to learn how to navigate of dealing with other people and their families. Okay. Because my family knew me a certain way and knew how to handle me a certain way. And I knew how to handle them a certain way. But then when you add additional people in, it's, you got to learn that. And then throw in the military with ranking and, what you can do, what you can't do. You would just want to make sure that you're protecting, your active duty service member. At least I was, learning how to be able to navigate how, the politics of it all. Okay. So that's a lot for a 25-year-old to be taking on. But it was also something that, like I said, that is where I learned that I thrive in adversity, my adaptability, and being able to shift and move around. Another thing that I had learned about myself was that although I never really saw myself in this light, I realized that I ended up moving in that vein was people pleasing. I know, and some of the people that know me were like, girl, mm-mm. Well, see, there's a difference between a public me and a private me. Okay. There are certain things that some people will know about you intimately and know your personality. But then, when you're in a relationship with someone, there's a different, it's a different connotation there. Okay. And so things that you shift and things that you learn, it's like, okay, I move more into people pleasing. And realizing the difference between people pleasing and compromise. Because anytime you're in a relationship, you are going to compromise. Monique Hunter said, yes, indeed. Let me make sure I put these comments up here so that way y'all can see them. So y'all can see it. Let me go ahead and shut this one down. What you know about yourself at the age of 25. Let's hide that. Monique Hunter said, yes, indeed. So you get to learn these things about yourself. And I would have to say, I didn't like that about me, but I realized in order to get along, to have some peace, that was one of the things I did. And then it just became also because I was in relationship and it was just like, okay, well, this is what it is. Does it always have to be that way? No. You understand that when you're in relationship that there are compromises that you make. That's just the truth of the matter. There are compromises that you will make. Okay. So let's go ahead and hide that. So then my next question to you guys is really simple because this is something I had to ask myself. What are some lessons that you've put into practice? What are some lessons, which should have said you've learned? So let me go ahead and correct that because I don't even like the way that read, child. Let me see. Let's edit that. What? No, that's a different one. All right, give me a second because I don't like to have my stuff looking cockeyed. Cockeyed, I don't like cockeyed. Here we go. I gotta stop editing it. Lessons have you learned? And there we go. We're gonna save that. Look, and now we're gonna show it. What are some of the lessons that you've learned and then put into practice? I think about 18-year-old me. I think about 25-year-old me, and baby, one of the many, because I've learned many lessons along the way, and I'm quite sure that you guys have learned them too. Let me go ahead over to the comment section and go ahead and pop up what Monique said. Monique said, setting healthy boundaries. Ooh, baby, that ain't part of self-care. Yes, having and setting. So there's a difference between having and setting healthy boundaries. Because you can have them, but if you don't ever set them up, that's just you talking outside of your neck. Having them and setting them. In other words, it's put in place. Healthy boundaries. Very, very important. When it's not something that was put there before, just expect for there to be rebuttal. Expect there to be some pushback, not just from others, but also even for yourself. Because I battle with that too. Putting in and setting those healthy boundaries. And it's just like, oh, but is that being too harsh? Or like, is that really necessary? We tend to question ourselves when it comes down to that. But the fact of the matter is having healthy boundaries is very, very important because it lets others and yourself know what your non-negotiables are. Okay. There's some things set in stand that just ain't gonna go. Like I'm not gonna be okay with no little baby calling me by my first name. We don't do that over here. I'm Mrs. or I'm Auntie. That's the way we roll. Okay. So that's a non-negotiable for me. Does it mean that the world is gonna come to an end if they just call me by my first name? No. I'm surely gonna correct them now. I'm like, oh, I'm Auntie, baby. Correcting in love. Correcting in love, but of course. Okay. So let me go ahead and hide this one. No is anointed. Oh, yes, indeed. No is anointed and sanctified, I would have to say, and can be such a very, very big cuss word for some, for a lot. Again, even unto ourselves, no. Because I have to admit, when I began putting boundaries in place, yeah, I was getting hit left and right. Well, oh, well, so you acting brand new, you acting different. Oh, you think you too good. Oh, you think you bougie. No, I don't think that I'm bougie. Just, I like to go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. Mm-mm. Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. And not only that, but queens just don't step in any and every room. Feel how you feel. When you know who you are, you'll know there's certain places that you go and certain places that you don't go, because it can, really cause a disruption in your spirit. How you feeling? Do you really want to be in that room? Because if you're feeling some kind of way uncomfortable, and if that person loves you or cherishes you or respects you, are they really going to tell you, like, no, you just need to suck it up and deal with it, and so what? No, I would think that there would need to be a conversation there. Like, okay, why are you feeling this way? And to be heard is another thing. Honey, yes, to be heard. To be heard, for sure. Yes, and Monique said that you can't please everybody. And you can't. You cannot please everybody. And that is a real good one too. Knowing that you can't please everybody. Because a lot of times we do. We try our best to try to make sure that everybody else is taken care of, but yet and still not realizing that we're slitting our own wrists and bleeding out, and then, giving the blood to somebody else. And it's just like, yeah, but then what's going to be left for you? It's always good to give out of overflow. That means there's an abundance already there. It's the extra that spills out. But giving under compulsion, yes, you can even use this in church. Giving under compulsion ain't supposed to be the way to go. Give out of overflow, out of extra. Sow a seed, okay? Yeah. So that is it for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself tonight. I hope that you guys will actually take the time to go ahead and think about these questions yet again for yourself. So think about, who were you at 18? Who was that young lady? Who was that young man at 18? What happened to her dreams, her wishing, her ambitions, her goals? What did you learn about yourself at 25? Was it the same? Was it not? And what are some lessons that you have learned and put into practice? I will remind you guys that every 7 years, every cell in your body is brand new, regenerated. So it's like you're a brand new person every 7 years. So when they talk about the 7-year itch, ain't an itch, is because things change. And so covenant talking about what you agreed to before and what you're agreeing to now, that should happen. Because like I said, after I kind of got into it, and so I was like, okay, I want to be June Cleaver. That's why I thought marriage was supposed to be. Okay. Well, I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Or so I thought. And then my eyes got open to the way things were going. It was just like, oh no, I don't like this. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure that I stay myself in a position where I'm not in a position to be in need, or having someone have something over me to where then I'm stuck in having to depend on them. And that's, yeah. that is something. And again, it's not as if though I was handicapped, because I wasn't. But I definitely, was putting myself in that position to say, okay, this is what my idea is, and I'm willing to work towards this. But then once I put reality to it and saw how it was, and I was like, oh yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with shifting the plans either. You can do that. You are entitled to. Okay. So you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in with this evening with Jersey Girl. And I will see you guys later. Wraps it up for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. Make sure that you hit that bell, the notification bell, so that way you can be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video. Because the YouTube channel is where you get your steak, potatoes, desserts, and
Drinks